Hey Glenn, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today. Uh, I, I know you're pretty well qualified to talk to us about surfboard artwork.
Yeah, I guess I made my first board probably in 82 or 83 and was building boards full time by I think the end of 83, which yeah, it would have been. But that era for sure was a boom time, was one of the booms for surfing in general. But back then, yeah, pretty much everyone bought the bulk of people bought a surfboard from their local shaper. And it was usually a custom board, which also meant you could get custom colors.
Mm,
So
okay.
um, and so at that time, yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of
So
color, there was a lot of checkers, there was a lot of fluoro.
yeah.
um, you had the early beginning of it, you had guys like Kong and that some of those first early surf movies that came out, they
Mm,
started turning up. It was all pretty hardcore, it was all rock and roll, and there was all heaps of loud and bright stuff going on. The big surf brands all sprung up in the early 80's: Quicksilver, Billabong, OP, and there's the skate brands like Stussy, and in the States, maybe even even some of the surf brands ended up with their own stuff like Rusty. Um, but everything was big, everything was bright, everything was loud.
yeah.
Um, there was a lot of I guess the influence of there was still the counterculture thing was pretty strong in surfing.
Yeah.
New
No,
wave, the music side of it, which has always been part of every bit of fashion,
yeah.
like punk and new wave, that was all like pretty fringe,
Yeah.
you know, and it was all embraced by the surf and the skate scene.
That's given us a really good overview of what it was like in the 80s. Do you have any advice for the students that are going to be creating some artwork.
Um, yeah, I mean, really, almost all of those praise that we always used to do back then, they almost invariably were on the decks of the boards.
Yeah, okay.
It's almost like they were a billboard.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of they had to be on the deck and like using you know go down your go to the art supply, buy fluoro, get your fluoro paints and like like big bold colors, like bigger bolds of block colors. And
Yeah.
the other thing that was really big was like big chunky kind of pin lines and
Yeah, okay.
around the borders, having um, like not so much straight pin lines, but like irregular pin lines, like wide, going wide to thin, and
Yeah.
all around the edges of and a lot of geometric.
I remember logos at that time were pretty big as well, weren't they? Like
Yeah,
in terms of size, lots
yeah,
of logos and
yeah.
everywhere on
Like,
the
there was
board.
definitely nothing minimalist about it,
No.
and heaps of logos and lots of them. Yeah, nothing was too over the top, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for your time, Glenn.
Yeah, just yeah. Google Potts and Kong and who
Yeah,
else?
yeah.
Danny Kwok and the California, right? Heaps of bright red dots,
Yeah.
bright coloured dots.
Okay, mate. All right.
Yeah,
Cheers.
sweet.
And later.
Yeah.